What do most people hand think if this is a beauty is not a gift story, hover above a love thorn petal. It is not. But a vault, these ghost-lie breath petals do not bloom thee berry. Dusk bleeds through iris roses, each bloom holds a von Everec's final gasp. What if beauty is not a gift but a vault, these petals do not bloom thee berry. The roots drink memory, the thorns draw blood, and the lineage above repeats the curse below. What if your favorite flower is a prison, the roses of iris are no gift? Master Mirror's wager with Aldred von Everec forged theme a vault for memories, a cage for blood. Each bloom traps a soul, each generation a prisoner. The roots do not grow, they gnaw. The thorns do not bleed, they remember. Who tends the garden now, the von Everec's or the curse? What if your favorite flower is a prison? Iris roses are more than a gift thee or a curse. Sentient in their hunger, they bind the von Everec bloodline to Master Mirror's design. Each bloom is a vault, each thorn a lock. The scent triggers visions, ancestral memories, sharp and suffocating. Descendants do not recall, they relive. The family's darkest hours, betrayals, murders, bargains loop like a wound that never clots. The trial of the grasses once learned cannot be forgotten, so it is with the roses. The curse is not external, it is inheritance. A witcher might master a spell, but the von Everecs are bound by blood, by breath, by the fragrance that haunts their sleep. They wake trembling, unsure if the screams are theirs or their ancestors. No door exists, no key. The roses do not imprison the body, they dissolve the self into echoes. A child laughs and the air thickens with the stench of rot. A lover's touch becomes a phantom's grip. Master Mirror's design is perfect, the prison is the memory is the prisoner. Even if the roses are burned, the trial remains. The scent lingers in bone, in breath, in the spaces between heartbeats. The von Everecs do not age. They unravel one by one, petal by petal. What if your favorite flower is a prison? Iris roses are more than a gift thee or a curse. Sentient in their hunger, they bind the von Everec bloodline to Master Mirror's design. Each bloom is a vault, each thorn a lock. The scent triggers visions, ancestral memories, sharp and suffocating. Descendants do not recall, they relive. The family's darkest hours, betrayals, murders, bargains loop like a wound that never clots. The trial of the grasses once learned cannot be forgotten, so it is with the roses. The curse is not external, it is inheritance. A witcher might master a spell, but the von Everecs are bound by blood, by breath, by the fragrance that haunts their sleep. They wake trembling, unsure if the screams are theirs or their ancestors. No door exists, no key. The roses do not imprison the body, they dissolve the self into echoes. A child laughs and the air thickens with the stench of rot. A lover's touch becomes a phantom's grip. Master Mirror's design is perfect, the prison is the memory is the prisoner. Even if the roses are burned, the trial remains. The scent lingers in bone, in breath, in the spaces between heartbeats. The von Everecs do not age. They unravel one by one, petal by petal. The roses do not bloom, they seethe. Each petal a locked diary, each thorn a silent judge. Aldred von Everec, in his arrogance, asked for remembrance. What he received was a vault. The first to bear the roses wore them as a crown, the last will wear them as a shroud. His descendants, their skin translucent as pressed petals, carry the weight of 1,000 unspoken confessions. Iris, the youngest, her voice a cracked bell, hums lullabies that sound like death warrants. Her bloodline does not sleep, they archive. In dreams they relive Aldred's bargain, a mirror's grin, a hand not quite human, a price paid in futures. The Lodge of Sorceresses, veiled in political piety, has long harvested von Everec tears. They call it legacy. They call it duty. To them, the roses are a parable of hubris, a puppet string to yank when convenient. When the northern reaches needed a villain, Iris Ant was exiled for witchcraft. When the Lodge required a scapegoat for a failed treaty, a von Everec heir was found betraying the realm. Their curse is a tool, their suffering is a footnote, but the rose is hunger. They do not merely hold memory folded into the bone, the breath, the brittle threads of a soul. Each generation unravels in a new way. One loses their hands first, fingers dissolving into petals. Another loses their name, their identity leaching into the thorns. Aldred's pact was not a gift. It was a vault with no key, and Master Mirror, he waits. Not in hell, not in shadow, but in the spaces between heartbeats, where the roses remember. Where the roses asterisk are asterisk the prison. Where the Von Everecs, generation after generation, become the thing they most feared, forgotten. But this artifact is more than what it does. The roses trap souls, bind Von Everec's line to Mirror's wager, each bloom a cage. Lineage and memory both prisoner and prison. What was promised was not a gift, but a debt in blood and breath. The roses of Iris are no mere botanical marvel. They are a ledger of lost sorcery, a vault for what the sacking of Kaer Morhen could not fully erase. When the Witcher's knowledge bled into ash, the trial of the grasses fracture at its formula now a ghost, its consequences irreversible. So too are these blooms, each petal holds a name, a breath, a bloodline. The Von Everec line did not choose this. They were chosen, bound to tend a garden where memory is not preserved, but asterisk ensnared asterisk. The Lodge of Sorceresses twisted recollection into power. Master Mirror twisted it into a dirge. These twisted rows they haunt. Master to inherit them is to inherit Mirror, a throat full of twisted it into a dirge thorns. Consider Yennefer's Baroness, a scar etched by fate's own hand. Some truths, once woven, cannot be unraveled. Some gifts are chains, gilded and thorny. The roses whisper of this, they do not bloom. They asterisk remember asterisk, and in remembering they suffocate. What does it mean to house a curse as both heirloom and prison? The Von Everecs are not guardians. They are the living script, written in the ink of their own unraveling. The roses demand a price older than magic itself, the surrender of self to the weight of what must never die. A legacy not of light, but of echo sharp, endless, and bleeding. The roses of Iris do not bloom, they calcify, each petal a vault, each thorn a tether. The Von Everec estate stands hollow, its halls echoing with whispers of those who loved too deeply, who gazed into Master Mirror's conjured light and became part of his ledger. The conjunction of the spheres carved a door between worlds, a bridge, now choked with stolen time. What was given as a gift 1,500 years ago was a key to a prison without walls. The bloodline endures, a living archive of regrets, each heir a vessel for the sins of their predecessors. The roses do not wilt, they remember, and they demand. No soul escapes the mirror's arithmetic, not the giver. Not the receiver, not even the stones beneath their feet. The curse is not inherited, it is inevitable. A debt paid in breath, in memory, in the slow erosion of what it means to be human. The estate waits, the roses wait, the ledger is never closed. The roses of Iris are not a gift, but a ledger. Bargains in the Witcher's world are contracts written in blood, not ink. Sources flow like fire, destructive, unyielding, impossible to unsee. The trial of the grasses etches itself into a Witcher's soul. There is no forgetting the taste of what you've become. Iris lineage did not inherit a legacy, they inherited a vault. Each bloom holds a name, a breath, a hunger. The Von Everecs are not guardians. They are prisoners, their blood bound to a cycle of remembrance that devours as much as it preserves. Master Mirror's gift is a mirror without a reflection, a trap for those who mistake memory for mercy. The roses do not wither, they accumulate. And in their thorns, the cost of power is measured not in gold, but in the slow unraveling of self. The estate waits, the roses wait, the ledger is never closed. What other cursed artifacts trap souls in the Witcher's world? The roses of Iris, a gift that imprisons the Von Everec bloodline. Master Mirror's roses trap souls in thorned memory. Witchers mark this trial of the grasses cannot unlearn what they